Community-oriented policing is a complex philosophy. It does not imply that police are no longer the authority or that their main duty is not law enforcement. Instead, it presumes that tapping into the expertise and resources of community members can ease some of the common challenges police face. There are three main components of successful community-oriented policing programs: community partnership, problem solving, and enhanced organizational features. When law enforcement makes each of these components a top priority, a community can grow stronger and crime and disorder will decrease. The main goal of the first component, community partnership, is mutual trust among community members and police officers. Citizens must view the police as allies, not adversaries. Cooperation within the community is vital, so police must take steps to become an integral part of the community culture. For example, they should work with social agencies, speak to neighborhood groups, participate in business and civic events, and play a role in educational and recreational programs. Community partnership requires officers to go above and beyond the standard law enforcement role and recognize the value of non-traditional activities that contribute to the well-being of a community. These activities vary depending on the demographics of the neighborhood, but may include helping victims, providing medical and social services, resolving disputes, controlling traffic, enhancing public properties, and acting as role models. While these behaviors are important for building trust, it is equally important for officers to refrain from activities which are likely to cause distrust and resentment in citizens. These actions include detachment, rudeness, and the use of unnecessary force. In addition, officers should model positive behaviors while off duty. With actions stressing community partnership, trust is developed between police and citizens. This trust enables greater community contact, which leads to increased communication. This process becomes a cycle as increased communication enhances trust and community partnerships grow stronger. The establishment and maintenance of community partnership will require different approaches in different communities, but the key is for police to become enduring facilitators of community cohesion. The second component of community-oriented policing is problem solving. Problem solving is a broad term referring to the application of appropriate resources to correct or improve conditions which contribute to disorder and crime. The theory of problem solving implies that underlying conditions create problems, leading to crime. These conditions might include the characteristics of people involved, the social setting in which they interact, or the physical environment. For example, if community members are uneducated, it can be difficult for them to find work, which could lead to theft or drug trafficking. Theoretically, if the community can provide educational resources and training, these crimes could be eliminated. Determining the underlying conditions causing crime in a community requires in-depth knowledge of community characteristics. Therefore, problem-solving efforts are more likely to be successful when community members participate in problem identification. Police must actively seek input from citizens to help identify problems and their underlying causes. Cooperative problem-solving reinforces trust and encourages the exchange of information between citizens and law enforcement, leading to continued problem identification and solution. Problem-solving may mean eliminating the problem entirely, reducing the number of times the problem occurs, or reducing the degree of injury per incident. Solutions may be long-term or short-term, and may involve the entire community or only a portion of the population. Types of solutions are only limited by the creativity and perseverance of those involved. The best solutions are those that satisfy community members, improve safety, reduce disorder, and strengthen ties between citizens and police. One simple example of community problem is common nighttime muggings at neighborhood parks. To employ community-oriented problem solving, officers should speak to community residents to solicit advice as to possible contributing factors.